This is a tale of how I came to be catching fish in the desert. That's why I call it Talkin Desert Fisherman Blues. I had nothing left to catch and nothing left to lose, and it goes like this. A big old river used to flow round here. The water's fresh and crystal clear. There was no better river anywhere, if you ask me. It was a wonderful time, picture the scene. The river kept us fed and it kept us clean, and the land around was lush and green as far as the eye could see. It was a wonderful time to be a fisherman like me. In that river was the best fish money could buy. They said the fish I caught made the best fish pie. Some said the river was holding us back. They hit us with graphs, pie charts, fake news and false facts, revealed the clues that proved that we'd been hijacked and sidetracked. Our very independence was under attack. So they held a vote and they took the decision, and they made it their sacred mission to do away with the river. We'd be self-sufficient. Who could argue with that? Dissenting voices were met with dismissal. That big old river could go whistle. Yes, it could. It was the will of the people, I understand why they went and they built that dam upstream, but now it's all damn sand where the lush green land used to be, which is bad news if you catch fish for a living. Otherwise I would have been more forgiving. Our fertile land was laid to waste. Drought and famine was the fate we faced. It seemed to me that our misplaced faith was our undoing. My main concern was the lack of fish. Fish pie without fish is a pretty sad dish. With the river gone, my fishing business was facing ruin. It was a financial black hole. Small price to pay for taking back control. That's what I was told. They said the river's gone, but that's okay. It doesn't mean the fish won't swim this way. I had to adapt the old business plan, start catching fish that swim in the sand. Well, this was news to me. This wasn't a crisis, oh no. This wasn't a human tragedy, or an ecological catastrophe, or a colossal act of economic self-harm. It was a business opportunity, yes! I had to have faith and I had to believe that if I worked hard, rolled up my sleeves, I'd be rewarded with a plentiful catch. Those poor damn sandfish had met their match in me. Those that lacked sufficient optimism were enemies of the people. They could rot in prison. So I kept in mind what they said, our very best days lay ahead. I cast my net in the dry riverbed and waited with bated breath. Just as my hopes were beginning to fade and I was beginning to think I should have brought a bucket and spade, I looked down, I saw my net was full. I shouldn't have had any doubts at all. Maybe I'd been a little bit hasty, I thought to myself later as I rolled out my pastry. I put the pie in the oven and I set the table, picked a bottle of wine with a very nice label. I raised the glass and I drunk to my health. I was feeling pretty good about myself. But that fish pie made a pretty strange meal. Instead of fish, the filling was made from a bicycle wheel, a shopping trolley, plastic bags and a car battery. And the gravy was the waste they pumped out from the factory. It was a clear case of sabotage. Now that explains the lack of fish in the mirage. Yes, it does. Impact studies and evidence shows that fish tend to swim where water flows. So say the experts, but everyone knows we've had enough of them. It's not easy catching fish that swim in the dust, but I won't make a fuss. I received a promise from the side of a bus and I'd do it all again. A land of freedom and opportunity awaits us. Either that or we'll blame the traitors who work against us. I will not cease from mental fight, nor shall my sword sleep in my hand, till I have built Jerusalem on these foundations made of sand.